What's up, guys? I'm into alpha. I finally got in. We can start taking a look at Dragonflight professions, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at blacksmithing. Now, obviously, everything here is very subject to change. In fact, it's not finalized at all yet. It's a lot of placeholders still, but we'll look at what's in the alpha and my thoughts on that. So the first thing we're going to look at here is specializations. Now, I've actually forgotten when you unlock your second specialization 3. You get your first one at skill level 25, then you can unlock one of these. Like I haven't unlocked this one. You'll click learn specialization and you'll get the first node. And then you add points to them, the knowledge points. Right now on alpha you can just give yourself knowledge points, but you obtain these from some dailies, potentially from a item crafted by inscription, but we can't craft that on alpha because it's missing one of the materials, which seems to be an intermediate material from tailoring, but tailoring doesn't exist yet. So we don't know how fast you'll get knowledge, but obviously you need at least 30 points here to be able to craft the epic sword. So knowledge is going to be very important. This is just to be able to craft it at all. Obviously, you'll probably need a lot more if you want to crank these up to max quality. So the specializations that exist: armor smithing, weapon smithing. Very obvious what these two do. They provide bonuses to armor and weapon, and also unlock recipes. Then we have specialty smithing. This one is focused on profession tools, adventuring gear. I don't even know what that is. Grappling hooks, probably like engineering type useful items. Stonework, which is the weapon stones, and melting, which covers the intermediate materials, the alloys, essentially shadow gas ingots. There's more of them. And then you have anvil mastery, which looks like it gives a bonus to literally everything. Crafting skill and inspiration. Crafting skill is very, very important because it's what determines your quality. As you can see here, with just max level quality and the lowest quality reagent, I can craft this primal molten longsword at quality 2, and if I'm lucky, I'll get quality 3 with my current stats, which is just the bare minimum to be able to craft that item, which is 30 points in weaponsmithing. Now, obviously, I think weaponsmithing is most likely going to be the most powerful specialization early on, because weapons is the most impactful slot for pretty much every spec in the game. You need 30 for the first point, and then to unlock more, like if I wanted another weapon, I could invest 10 more here, I'd get the warglaive, or I'd need to invest 10 more points here, and then I could get the short blade specialization, and I need to invest 10 more points into short blade to get the primal molten short blade. Or I could go for axes and hammers and stuff. They're on the other side here, which would require me to put 10 points here to unlock this node, and then 10 points here to unlock this, and then 10 points here to unlock the next one. So depending on how fast you can get knowledge, that's going to be a huge limiter on what you can craft. Do you want to go for many different weapons? Do you want to max out this one to get the largest amount of, or at least put it here, 25 points? That gives you access to the finishing reagents. That's going to give you potential to craft at the highest quality, essentially. We don't know yet what the optimal choice is. I think things are going to change as well. Already given feedback, because it's very weird that you don't get to pick your weapon recipes. So for short blades, you get the melee dagger, and then you need 10 more points to get the casting dagger. But what if you're a caster and you wanted to craft your own weapon? Then you would need more points. Why is this locked? Why won't you get your first molten recipe and you pick it? Might be harder to implement, but that's one thing that's a little bit weird. Now, as for the recipes for weapons and stuff, currently there's a couple of tiers. For weapons, there's 3 tiers, it looks like. You have these draconium pieces, which is the BOE rares. Initial gearing, level 70, buy these, pretty cheap. Not sure, these material costs are clearly not finalized. We're gonna see flux again, so prepare to spend gold on the vendors. This one costs 18 gold currently. Then you have the primal. This is the bind on pickup gear. Initial epic. This can be infused. I think these are the items that drop from raid, and it's going to give you essentially the highest potential item level. I'm guessing the primal infusion is from heroic, and the distilled primal infusion is going to be from mythic, high level mythic plus, and high level PvP to get the highest item level, which drastically increases the recipe difficulty and means you need even higher crafting skill if you want high quality as well. Every level of quality seems to increase the item level by 2. So one quality, the difference between 1 and 2 is very small, but the difference between 1 and 5 That gets pretty large. That's 10 item levels. That's pretty significant. Then on top of that, there's this Black Dragon seared stuff. Currently, these recipes are only from the vendor. And they require Black Dragon seared alloy, which you can't craft yet. Or at least I haven't found where you craft it, because you need to be at the Earth Warden's Forge, which I don't know yet. I haven't had enough time to look around. This seems to be that these are items that are supposed to be even more powerful than the Primal Molten. They're the same item level currently, but I'm expecting these to be more powerful, essentially. But we'll see. For armor, there's currently no initial level 70 armor, rare armor. Doesn't exist. It's just these leveling pieces. Then you go straight to the Primal Molten, and then you have the Black Dragon seared armors, and they are insanely powerful. Like, these bracers are just absolutely bonkers. Look at that effect. 56 versatility per ally grouped with, stacking up to 15 times. So if you're in a full raid group, that's 800 versatility. You can see that this bracer has 400 secondary stats. So you're getting 2 extra bracers worth of secondary stats. And this is the same. This does not have reduced secondary stats. So either this effect is just grossly overtuned, because if this goes live, then literally every raider in the entire game that's played will need these bracers. So if this goes live, then bracer specialization is going to be really good, obviously. But I don't expect this to go live. That's just too strong. But there's other strong effects here that seem to come in addition to the stats. You can get this as a proc for versatility for your group. 10 nearby allies get 38 versatility for 10 seconds. That's pretty strong as well. Obviously, there's a single target damage proc. There's a lot of stuff here. And this definitely seems like it's supposed to be more powerful, the Black Dragon stuff. And this Black Dragon touched crafting hammer is incredibly strong. It gives you 13 blacksmithing skill and extra inspiration and all that jazz. Profession tools are not fully implemented yet. They give combat stats, some of them. And then these toolbox accessories, they always give the same stats. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be able to give different stats, or if that's supposed to be random. Right now, they just give resourcefulness and crafting speed, which doesn't seem particularly interesting. I'm not even sure if resourcefulness is fully implemented. I haven't tracked my material expenditures, and most of the recipes just use one of each ore, so it's pretty hard to figure out. So yeah. So that's about it. I think weaponsmithing will be the play, but honestly, this is a very alpha state of the entire thing. It's just too early to tell, to be honest, guys. There's obviously a lot of stuff missing. What is clear, though, what I tried with my materials, we can check it here actually. If I go with the highest, do I not have these? No, okay, we can go with a quality 2 then. If I go quality 2 with all of my bonuses right now, you can see that I can craft this at skill level 3. If we just go with the quality 1, I can barely craft it at skill level 3 or quality 3. I'll get some quality 3 with just lowest level materials. So if you want to get above that, you will need to invest more points. You need to get better materials or a higher quality. I could not get above quality 2 on the materials without improving my specialty smithing, presumably. You'd need more crafting skill points in smelting, essentially, to get higher quality materials. So you'll definitely, depending on how fast you can get knowledge, you might have to actually trade with other people, or you might have to have your own smelter. That's also a possibility. If you have one guy that goes for one blacksmith that goes for weaponsmithing, and then you have one blacksmith that just goes for melting, specialty smithing, and anvil mastery. Probably poignant plans, or at least this one. So you get a bunch of extra crafting skill. And that guy's just going to churn out materials, and then this guy can turn those materials, high quality materials, into weapons. Yeah, based on the current iteration, it's very likely that having multiple professionals is going to be the best play. like multiple characters per profession, because with this kind of system, what matters is being first to market, early to market. That's where most of the profit comes, as my last week's video. Patches and expansions, that's where you can make the most money. So it's going to be very, very important to crank that out and to get deep into these profession skills and specializations as fast as possible. It's almost like if you want to be truly optimal, you'd want one crafter per end node, essentially. That's like the absolutely most optimal. If you want to be able to craft everything at the highest quality possible, you need one crafter that maximizes this route, one crafter that maximizes this route, one that maximizes this and this. And in addition, you need to do the annual mastery stuff for materials, and then maybe you want to, well, that's going to cover weapons essentially. And then obviously in a weaponsmith, you're going to have to put points here as well to get more crafting skill. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here for multiple different crafters, but it does depend particularly on the inscription items that grant some knowledge. If they don't have a cooldown, they do require the artisan's metal, which is a limited material that's bind on pickup, but you can buy them by doing crafting orders or just buying the inscription thing straight up to give you knowledge. And if that's not capped, then be ready to spend an incredible amount of gold to maximize your professional knowledge early, and you can craft everything. But that's going to be extremely expensive, I think. Either way, I think all this is subject to change. I know it's all subject to change. It's clearly an initial build. I'll be giving feedback to Blizzard. I think this shows the bones of something great here. I think it's very interesting. I'm afraid that it will a little bit favor the super hardcore guys with multiple accounts and multiple crafters. People are way more hardcore than me. I don't have enough characters and I don't have the time or inclination to level multiple others. So I'll probably just be happy like competing in one market versus many, unless you can actually buy your way to max knowledge. Then I'll be competing in a lot of different things. The return of weapons is just fantastic. Crafted weapons has been one of the most profitable niches in my experience. It was just fantastic at BFA with all of the honorable combatant, sinister combatant, whatever they were called. They were selling like hotcakes. We get to do weapons again. A lot of it is going to be with crafting orders, but if you can craft high quality stuff, if you can craft the stuff that's infused with power, so it's plus 50 recipe skill or recipe difficulty. If you can get craft maximum quality here to 429 crafted gear, that's going to be, well, everyone on your server is going to jump down your throat to get their max level weapons. So yeah, I think blacksmiths are going to be rolling in it when you're first to market in a given weapon, or if these crazy armors make it live, then you're going to want to go armor smithing. Either way, I think blacksmithing is going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.